So we have our picks settled, and it looks like we have a fairly standard comp of having one one sentinel for each team. We also have looks like two oh, two duelists for each side as well. So yeah, it should be interesting. I know that a lot of what's been going on with the recent pro play is trying to figure out what comp is perfect for this map. But yeah, the comp is currently in flux right now, so I'd say any comp is good for this map so far.
Of course, we do have Omen as our controller pick. He's been ingrained in the meta for a little while, but I think they've been trying to remove him a little bit just because by nerfing his economy just a little. And Marine is the first to spot someone out on the A site. OnlyFrags pushing into site. Boba Yaga getting first blood onto Nezuko and a second onto Naren and walling off the CT area there. V gets one pick, but Sleepy Sushi is Soda. Trades.
Danny was just left by herself to defend the site, but unfortunately was overcome. So yeah, pretty typical pistol round, just, you know, a good amount of chaos with whatever they're choosing, you know, either a ghost, a frenzy, or pistol. So it looks like we are going to have a few buy-ups to SMGs and another push towards the A site.
Yep, we do have the attackers with the force here, and it looks like they're running pretty much the same strat, but the defenders this time are pretty much giving up sight for free. The paint shells are going to come out, but they don't really find any damage, and Sleepy gets the first pick onto Vic. Yaga also taking control of the Raptors area and CT. Another pick for her. She's already gotten 3 kills this game. And Naren hiding under Raptors here. No one has spotted her out yet, and she's the last player standing. But the flawless round goes to the attackers with their 4 spies, and the defenders simply do not have the aggression or the gunpowder to counter them.
Yeah, we didn't say this earlier, but OnlyFrags are the favorites of this matchup tonight. OnlyFrags have been doing very well in this tournament, and so we do anticipate the OnlyFrags essentially fragging out tonight, but hopefully the Uninstalling group have been able to work on their strats over the last few weeks.
And once again, OnlyFrags is rushing a site. They just have a lot of aggression, this team, and it seems like they can't really, the defenders aren't doing very well to counter it. Nezuko finally getting a first blood off Boba Yaga. But the plant is going to go down for OnlyFrags. The trades are coming out in favor of uninstalling, and V gets another pick of her own onto Demi. That makes it a 4v2 situation. Even though V is very low, they still do have a man advantage. And Danny blinds Sleepy is Sushi is Soda.
Okay.
Gigi takes one down with her, and they do get the defuse. 1 round for the defenders uninstalling on the board.
Okay, so definitely not wanting to count on installing out. That was a good defense, and also a good example of how important it is to be able to get that first blood. When you're able to just have that woman advantage early on, it just makes it easier to defend things as the round progresses. So great job for uninstalling, bringing it back. And it looks like they will have a couple of rifles and SMGs for this round, as Frags is deciding to full push on A site this time.
Playing a little bit slower than we've seen them do before. When they push onto this A site, oh, there's a lockdown coming out from GG, which is probably going to give them sight for free since the defenders won't be able to destroy this lockdown from their positions, and it also gives them the plant and control of CT with that Sentinel utility. But Noreen with a first blood onto Baba Yaga, and V another sleepy trades for V, but the plant is down. Noreen, another pick for her, and dismisses out to get away from all that damage. It's a 4v2 situation with the advantage going to the defenders. Demi gets 2 of her own, however. Now it's a 2v1. And she gets one more 3k for her, and with the 4k, Demi! Another round for OnlyFrags. What a play.
What a play indeed. Oh my goodness, Demi just stepping it up for that round, trying to make sure that the plant would hold, and doing a great job at that. Like you said, OnlyFrags are starting to mix things up between pure aggression versus just taking things slowly, and hopefully we continue to see that as it looks like they're, instead of full pushing a site, they're going to spread out a bit more and potentially look for picks.
Yeah, more of a default play. We haven't really seen this before from OnlyFrags, but it's good to switch up their strategies. I always like to say, if it ain't broke, then don't fix it. But it ain't broke, but they're still gonna fix it because there's always ways to improve. Am I right?
Right.
Defenders are still very split here. Paint shells coming out, trying to find a little bit of damage, and Danny is just those flashpoints going to sight. But Baba Yaga with the first blood onto Naren, and Frey another 5v3 situation already early into the round, and this plant is going to go down for OnlyFrags. Baba Yaga another pick. Oh, with a reload caught out, and Vic gets the sheriff kill onto Baba Yaga. It's a 3v1 situation, however, and Vic only has a sheriff, shooting blindly past this Lear, trying to find some damage. Probably isn't going to get one. Might be best for her to just pick up a gun here and save, but they're watching the angle, and Demi, she gets another kill and reses Frey for the economy.
Oh wow, yeah, that was definitely an interesting play, to say the least. For this round, they do have a reasonable amount of ults available to them, and I do see them potentially playing off of these ults. So with Reyna and Omen and Jet, they will be able to, you know, vary up their play a little bit as they make the aggression towards the A site.
However, Uninstalling does have that very valuable breach ultimate.
True. That should help with the retakes.
Okay, the defenders are making an early rotate Baba Yaga with the first blood, and that pretty glitch fob skin. And another onto Noreen, wasting that Empress, so she's not going to get much value on it. However, the Killjoy ultimate, the lockdown, does come out on V's part, but doesn't detain anyone. And it looks like they're expecting a rotation from the attackers. Some of the defenders go back towards B and mid.
Cover going out.
Okay, rotating back. Danny gets the pick onto Gigi, finally evening it out a bit. A 3v3 Nezuko on a Baba Yaga, but the trades are all coming out, making it an even score. The plant still hasn't gone down, and time is ticking. They do not have time to rotate to a different site with how big this map is. They're gonna have to commit. Oh, never mind. Oh shit! Shoot! That ultimate coming in clutch from the shadows, and Frey is gonna get the plant down on the B site. There are no attackers here to stop it.
Yeah, definitely that Omen ult coming into play to help them be able to just have that flexibility in planting.
Another scatter. So now they do have the information on where both of the attackers are. Gonna tap that bomb, and the dark cover is going to cover the. Oh, so fake, guys! And oh, Demi does get the diffuser, but she did have it, and Nezuko with a 3K, taking out all the rest of the attackers and winning the round for uninstalling.
Wow, that was an amazing round to say the least. This is just one of the reasons why I love this game so much. I mean, you saw everything from the delay on the B site with the lockdown, making it so difficult for frags to make a decision. And then they decided to use Almond's ult to be able to reposition and completely change where they were going to plant. And this just unfortunately didn't work out for them, but an amazing play nonetheless.
The attackers are looking to take control of mid this time around. Baba Yaga first blooding Danny, but they're not really converting it into anything at this moment.
I have the spike.
You should run.
And once again, the lockdown from the attacking Killjoy Gigi. She's gotten that lockdown twice already, and it's only round 6. She's doing work with getting those kills, and Baba Yaga, another pick onto V. She's got mid on lockdown. However, the Vic is going to take out the showstopper. Unfortunately, no damage. It's already a 4v3 situation as Nezuko finally takes out the attacker in mid. However, they still are at a disadvantage with the spike ticking down, and they are one woman short.
One enemy remaining.
Sleepy gets another, Demi another. They know where the last attacker is, and Demi with the final pick of the round. Once again.
You made a great point, just being able to use the lockdown to make these plays. And I have seen some teams almost farm the orbs just to be able to highlight a particular agent's ultimates so that they can play around that agent in particular. So these lockdowns seem to be really important for these two teams.
Yaga taking control of mid again. She's had that Blade Storm up for a few rounds now. Nezuko getting the first blood on the Baba Yaga. Both of them impact fraggers for their team, and they're really just going at it at the top of the scoreboard here.
Cover going out.
But the attackers are looking to take control of B site now. Plant still hasn't gone down. They seem a little hesitant with all of this smoke coming out on the B site, and the rotations are coming in. Look at Danny watching mid here. She's going to catch any sort of rotate if they do try to bail out of this site. And she's going to meet up with Gigi. Sleepy gets a pick onto Nezuko, and Gigi gets the better of Danny in mid, so they do have most of the map control now, and the plant is probably going to go down for OnlyFrags. It's 4v2 situation, uninstalling 2 players alive. We're gonna have to deal with all this Killjoy util as well. Even if they try to tap the bomb, there are so many angles that they could watch it from. Getting rid of the Killjoy util, and Vic with 2 kills, and now it's a 2v1. Unfortunately, she gets double peeked and can't find the trades. They were at a woman disadvantage, and Demi, last pick of the round, once again, she really does not die in this game.
She definitely doesn't, and just they're always in there to make the appropriate trades, and using the Killjoy utility, like you said, to be able to just delay any chance of a defuse. So definitely all of the team having such a big impact to being the reason why they're able to keep this lead for OnlyFrags. It looks like uninstalling have been pushed back into the economy just a little bit, and so they did have to do a half buy. So we'll see if that impacts how they're able to perform this round.
Gigi and Nezuko just missing each other here, down B long. She does have the gun advantage, so she might want to contest this. But we're seeing some aggression from the defenders here, actually. Noreen pushing it out into mid and getting the first pick with a frenzy onto Demi, and Nezuko. Sleepy is onto Sleepy. GG trades, but they're at a man disadvantage, but Baba Yaga, another. It's a 3v3 now, and they almost have control of the A site. It's a 3v1 on site, and the defenders haven't fully made their rotations yet.
30 seconds left. Spike planted.
Opting to play for retake. Don't we have frenzies?
Gun here.
But frenzies are fairly powerful, as we've seen in the last few games.
Be faster.
Boy, that flick on
enemy
Vicky.
remaining.
V trades and Frey trades again. It's a 2v1 situation. Noreen having a Vandal in her hands with only 4 bullets. Is she gonna reload?
But a glitch
I don't-
pop. So, you know, those are pretty magical.
Yeah. The paranoia, and they see where she is. She's not going to be able to get this defuse. GG getting the last pick of the round, and that's 2-7 on the
player
board
standing.
for OnlyFrags. GG dies to Spike, but that doesn't count as a death anymore.
Right. I'm loving these strats coming out from OnlyFrag. Definitely making uninstalling just stay on their toes. They're no longer anticipating these full pushes, so they're having to spread their defense pretty thin. You saw, for example, that all of the skirmishes were happening on the B site while they were probably planning initially the A site plans, and so it's just making it so that uninstalling are staying on their toes and having to keep defense on all sites.
We do hear them farming that orb. That's why the Killjoy lockdown has been called so much. And there's the Empress from Sleepy. She's going to be trying to take sight with this valuable ult, but the flashpoint blinds the attacker in yellow. Danny just trying to hold it down while the defenders make their rotates. Unfortunately, Danny gets the better of Sleepy, but Boba Yaga, with 2 picks of her own, will even out the score, making a 4v3 in favor of OnlyFrags. Noreen, however, gets the spike planter.
Initiated.
And there's the Killjoy lockdown. Just gonna make a valuable retake. Demi
Last
gets
player
one, Frey
standing.
another. It's a 1v1, Omen v Omen. Frey swings Nezuko at the wrong time, gets detained by the Killjoy ultimate, but is still gonna get that kill and win the round.
Oh, I was a little worried there for OnlyFrags. I honestly thought that they were going to rotate since Frey was able to use her ult for not just repositioning, but for gathering information. And she was able to gather some information on B site, but they decided to plan anyway. And the risk was definitely worth it. So just stretching that lead ever so much and making it difficult for uninstalling to come back. And you see that they're having to do a half buy. And you know how difficult it is to overcome that gun differential.
Especially on a map like Icebox, there's so many
You should
long sort of corners that they can't really contest things like that. And Boba Yaga, first blood once again on Nezuko. And the plant is going to go down with the help of the Killjoy lockdown. She's still holding on to that Blade Storm. Haven't seen her use it, but she doesn't need to when she's so good with her gun. Unfortunately, Noreen takes her out. But it's still a 4v3 advantage going to OnlyFrags. We still have that Breach ultimate up. They haven't gotten a chance to use it yet. This wouldn't be a good round for it, considering they are on a save. But now she is the last person standing, and Frey catches her out in mid.
Last round
Again,
before
an
the
unfortunate
switch.
round for uninstalling, but as you said, it was a save round. So this last effort for the half to be able to push through Now they're all on full weaponry. They have 3 ultimates available. All are Breach ult and Raise Showstopper are very valuable for being able to make space and be able to essentially clear out a site. So I really hope that they're able to capitalize on that to be able to stick around for one more round.
There's a Blade Storm we've been talking about for a few rounds now. All the defenders making an early rotate, and here's some aggression from the defenders here. Actually, Noreen pushing out into mid. She might be looking for a flank here, and the Showstopper also on Vic's part. Looking for some damage, but I think it's going to make the defenders, OnlyFrags, hesitate from pushing up onto this A site. Looking for a rotate, but there's someone watching mid. Oh, they just miss one another. The Empress is also out for Noreen. If she swung this, she could probably get a few picks. But the Empress runs out. First pick onto Noreen, and she's going to just miss out of that situation. And that's first blood for the round. Haven't seen a lot of action thus far, a lot of ultimates, but they don't find a lot of value here. And Demi for the resurrection. Unfortunately, when she peeks it, she gets baited. And GG with 2 picks. Demi gets traded, but still a 4v3 situation. We have the Killjoy ultimate and the Blade Storm still up for... Wait, how did she get that ultimate so fast? Did she not just use it?
Right?
Hold up. Sleepy, another pick, and Boba Yaga is 4v1. Nezuko has to clutch, but falls to Boba Yaga's Blade Storm.
Switching sides.
Wow, OnlyFrag definitely doing some work in that last half. I mean, they were able to use just an amazing amount of utility, also having really good strategies to be able to mix up their aggression and also being able to keep uninstalling on their toes. So I am very curious to see what kind of strategies they have on the defense and if they'll be able to just continue running away with this game. I mean, we're very close to match point, and so uninstalling has their work cut out for them to be able to make up this big difference.
I predict that OnlyFrags is going to be quite an aggressive defender, since you already see Sleepy peeking belong there, and Demi taking control of mid. No flanks so far. We haven't seen a pretty big flank this game yet. I think they're a little nervous about getting caught out, but now all the attackers are pushing on to site. Vic's paint shells are actually the one to get first blood this round onto Boba Yaga. And the plant goes down. Danny, another pick, making it a 5v3 situation, but there are 2 on the flank. And V, another.
Last player standing.
Frey, 1 more pick. Frey with 2. She is very low, however, and it is a...
3 killed.
I don't even think Noreen saw her coming there with the 3k. And that paranoia is going to connect with both of them. That's a huge paranoia. Oh my god, she might actually be able to win this round. She's got 4 kills. Can she get the ace? She's expecting her to come from the top there. Oh no. Doesn't watch the right angle. And Danny takes her right out. 3-10.
That was a valiant effort. Man, that paranoia was so perfect getting both of them out, but unfortunately just unable to work with the timing for the defuse and just getting caught out. But yeah, it looks like uninstalling was finally able to, win that pistol round. Hopefully this gets them some momentum to be able to continue closing that lead.
Placing sentry.
Aggressive sort of nano swarm there, and once again Demi taking control of mid, peeking out, opting not to go for the flank. But Bobiaga and Gigi open out the round by getting 2 picks. Vic and Noreen trading, however. Vic another pick with the Stinger. These Stingers are doing so much work for them, but Demi is going to wall off access to the A site and force the rotate out of uninstalling.
Yeah, definitely forcing the rotate. It's interesting that they are both sticking around a site, just making sure everything's clear. But I hope they don't wait too long, or else they won't be able to defuse in time. Oh, it looks like they're starting to rotate. So we'll see soon some skirmish happen on the B site.
I'm concerned about how slowly uninstalling rotated. Oh my god, the big paranoia. Frey has been very good about landing her paranoias today.
Very good.
Tapping the bomb. Throws don't fake.
Player standing.
Noreen takes out Demi, and now it's just Frey. She did almost get the clutch, and that was a 4v1.
Enemy remaining.
It's only a 2v1, and she might be able to get this one. Oh, she jumps when she tries to go for the pick. Expecting Nezuko to be watching her, but she wasn't, and she just whiffs. Another round for uninstalling. They're bringing it back just a little, holding on to those points. Whatever they can get.
Oh, definitely. Uninstalling did have a bit of a gun advantage, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. I really hope they're able to continue this momentum to bring it back. They have even forced OnlyFrags to save, because OnlyFrags probably wants to be in the best position possible for the next round, but they might be able to close this out. We don't have any ults available yet, but knowing how much they farmed them, they might have one soon.
First blood already out. And it's a 4v4 situation with Boba Yaga low. Still haven't decided which site to push, but the defenders are making their rotations onto A site. Oh, they're running it.
One down.
Boba Yaga catches V, watching the wrong angle, and takes her right out with that. Sheriff is also going to give her a gun if she decides to pick that one up. But the spike has gone down.
Yes, essentially planting on B site for free. So hopefully this delay will allow them to set up in the best way possible.
Noreen's control of CT, but Gigi with the Stinger gets the better of her. And they're going for the defuse now. Vic with the showstopper tries to find some damage onto Demi, but doesn't quite get it. Demi, a 2k. Last 2 picks of the round, and that's going to be another round going to OnlyFrags. And that's a thrifty as well.
Yeah, very thrifty indeed. I thought that round would have gone for uninstalling. They were able to just plant on B site for free, being able to have a proper time to set up positioning, because Naryn was just able to gather so much space in the middle of the round. But unfortunately, they weren't able to delay it enough, and they weren't able to just win those battles, and essentially OnlyFrags winning out, being ever so close to match point.
You're stealing the orbs. I just find it so funny how much they decide to farm those orbs.
I mean, when you want them, you find a way to get them.
The defenders are already making their rotates after they spot some presence out on A site here. Boba Yaga has found a lot of damage, but Noreen first blood onto Sushi from mid. The defenders decided to leave that wide open. She's traded out, and now it's a 4v4, and the plant is going to go down for the attackers. Boba Yaga another pick.
One enemy remaining.
The defenders are just fragging left and right, and it's just what their name says, OnlyFrags, and that's another round for them.
OnlyFrags, yep. That's a common theme for today. All players just fragging out, especially Boba Yaga. Just 22 and 13 for the KDA. I mean, she's
Match
just
point.
doing so much work for OnlyFrags, and just quite impressive. And
Here.
oh, so it looks like for the last round we're going to see an op from Boba Yaga and trying to make some impact. These Icebox is great for that because of all of the long sight lines, and so they're not playing. They want to get this map over with, and so hopefully Uninstalling is able to stick around for one more round.
Nobody wants to make that investment before match point. CP sees the presence of the attackers on B site. And Boba Yaga with the first blood onto Noreen with the operator. Nezuko, however, gets the trade onto B site, but the attackers are already getting rotates from the defenders here. Vic gets another pick, making it a 4v3 situation. They don't know if Demi is hiding here. She's being very patient with how she's played this, but she unfortunately doesn't get that pick.
Oh, just
Back
gathering
from the shadows.
so much information.
Boba Yaga 3 kills with her operator, even with Breach on their side. Oh my god, Danny has been
One enemy
detained.
remaining.
So much chaos here. They're going to stick it. They're going to stick it. Are they watching? They're not watching. Oh no. There's no time. V with the clutch.
What a clutch! Oh my goodness. Wow. I mean, even with that off investment and the round just going that way, V just clutches it out. They just didn't check that angle. Oh my goodness. And unfortunately it didn't work out for them. But Uninstalling just trying to hold on to every shred of hope to be able to close the lead. And I mean, I've seen comebacks bigger than this, so it's definitely possible. We do have ults available, so Killjoy's ult and Breach's ult to be able to clear out the site.
Well, the defenders seem to just be rolling in money here as they're still able to get the operator back for another round. Noreen with the Empress taking out her clone Sleepy Sushi Soda.
Enemy kill.
But Boba Yaga gets a pick, evening it out to 4v4. The spike is going to go down, but the attackers are just fragging out right now. With the help of that Empress on the attacker's part, and Boba Yaga is going to have to switch to a gun if she wants to retake the site. Frey gets one pick, and she's going to try to half the defuse here, but it's knocked off by the Nano Swarm. Nezuko gets a pick. It's just Frey, 2v1 situation. She's won. She's almost won. Oh no, she goes down to the Nano Swarm. Oh my god.
Oh, that pesky Nano Swarm. I mean, that's just the power of having Killjoy on your team. You're just able to deny any sense of the plant. It doesn't matter how skilled you are, how your ability to frag, but if you have a swarm there and you're trying to defuse, you're just gonna be denied. So Uninstalling, able to stick around again, bringing it ever so close. This is gonna be a long one. I can see it.
Yes, especially since OnlyFrags is gonna be half buying a little bit with Spectres and a Sheriff.
Oh, and what is with this setup? They're just pushing the B site, and looks like OnlyFrags is trying to flank around.
Oh my gosh, B site is basically free for them.
Basically.
From the shadows comes out. They've got a lot of flankers, and I think they hear them. And the Killjoy util is going to get to Boba Yaga. Sleepy gets one pick though,
One down.
but Vic trades. Two picks for Vic. 4v2 situation, but they're gonna wall it off so they can get this defuse here. And Gigi gets a pick of her own. There's that rolling thunder that we've been talking about, but it hasn't been used much. It hasn't been used yet during this game at all. 3 picks for Gigi, and that is game.
Defenders win.
Oh man.
Well played. Well played.
Well played, indeed. I was worried for that round. I mean, the Rolling Thunder is usually just a great way to defend the site, but unfortunately, just didn't work out for uninstalling. But an overall great game, and especially the top fragger of the lobby today, Bobo Yaga, just making things work with whatever gun, the operator, the vandal, it doesn't matter. But looking forward to seeing the next map. So we have our next map on Bind, so a little bit more of a familiar map, and we will be back after a little break.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our second map of the night, and it will be Bind, which is Uninstalling's map pick. Hopefully, they will perform better on this one since it is something that we are all more familiar with. And last game, we did have OnlyFrags win out on Icebox, and I'm excited to see how this game is going to go, with OnlyFrags starting as defenders and Uninstalling as attackers.
Yeah, this should be a great matchup, and Bind's been around for essentially forever in Valorant times, so definitely more familiar with how this map works for most players, and so we should hopefully see a bit more of an even match for this game.
Select your agent.
I'm sorry, I got really excited because someone was hovering Yoru, but I guess we won't be seeing him play tonight.
Unfortunate. It's always fun to see a new agent on a new map, or on an old map, I should say.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, unfortunately, we haven't seen much of a comp involving Yoru or Sky, but I mean, you work with what you're comfortable with, whatever your team comp works with, that's what you play. So it looks like for OnlyFrags, we'll be having Cypher star as our Sentinel, and for Uninstalling, Killjoy will be starring as the Sentinel for that team. And we do have, again, a double duelist comp. And it's interesting that we also will have Omens on both sides, rather than, some teams alternate between Omen and Brimstone for their smokes, depending on, what works for them. So yeah, these teams have decided to go for the Omen pick.
I mean, with the new Brimstone, buffs, I'm not surprised if more people decide to start picking Brimstone more, because 20 seconds just feels like forever.
It does, yeah. Their smokes just they feel like they stay forever.
Looks like the attacker presence is all going towards B here. Oh my god, they just cannot shoot this. Oh god, in the smoke, the bomb buddy is going to get so much damage off onto our attackers here. And it's going to make them hesitate a little when pushing this B site. And the defenders haven't even made a full rotation, so they're still going to have to face everyone, and all 4 of our attackers are so low because of this. It's so unfortunate.
Yeah, that skirmish took a lot out of them. I mean, we have HP that's so low. Hopefully, we'll be able to have some Sage heals in there to kind of boost them up as they hit the next site.
Another paint shell from Gigi, and she gets the kill onto Danny. Left. Ouch is
Spike
right.
One enemy remaining.
And also 2 picks from Baba Yaga. Gigi, another Demi, the last one. A flawless round. First round for the defenders. OnlyFrags taking it.
Yep, round going to OnlyFrags, and yeah, like we were saying, it's just so difficult to be able to essentially start your push from scratch at half or less HP. And it looks like they weren't able to make a dent on OnlyFrags, so they were coming up against a fully charged team. So it looks like for this next round, we'll be seeing another push towards the B side as well. And we haven't... Is that a Marshall coming out?
Ooh, a Marshall? I haven't seen a lot of snipers other than that one operator those last few rounds from OnlyFrags. Ooh, unfortunately just whiffs the Marshall shot a little bit, doesn't even find any damage. And they're looking towards more of a default here, having Noreen lurking on that A site, waiting for a flank. And the paint shells are coming out. Frey trying to find a pick.
Cage triggered. Tripwire destroyed.
A lot of hesitation from uninstalling. They just don't seem to know if they should commit to the site. The defenders haven't made a full rotation. It's a 3v5 on this site. But Boboyaga's shock dart is also going to find a little damage, and she gets first blood for that round onto Noreen. Oh gosh. Frey, another on Vic. 2k. 3k. Oh my gosh, last person standing. V. And she dismisses to get the info. She wants the 4k. She wants the kill. She's gonna chase her. She's being chased. Oh god. They're chasing her. Oh, she's running. She's phasing her turret out. She's running. It's a chase. They're on a hunt. Oh my gosh, she's trying to get this plant down. She's gonna delay them with a swarm grenade. Oh, the plant is going to go down.
Spike planted.
And GG takes that last pick.
Yeah, that's not a fun feeling. To be chased down by a 5-stack. I mean, she tried, but at least she got some of that plant money. So not a total loss, but looks like OnlyFrags sticking it well for the last 2 rounds, and we do have our first full buy coming from uninstalling. I would say that the map tends to be defender-sided, so it's not too surprising, in addition to OnlyFrags essentially fragging capabilities. So it'll be interesting to see how these next few rounds play out.
It's like they're on an anti-eco. Another whiff. Oh no. A lot of attacker presence going up the long this time, and the defenders making their rotations. Tripwire is gonna catch one. Frey gets a pick, dismisses. She's gonna get another. The plant isn't going to go down. Oh, Danny takes out Frey. Sleepy is Soda trades, however, 4v3 situation. Oh, Sleepy is Soda. She's OP with that Marshall. 2 picks. And last person standing, Gigi, gets the last pick. 2 picks for her this round. Sleepy getting the other 2.
Oh my goodness. OnlyFrags. That was a great round for them. Not only were they on a bonus round, but they just ended up going shopping after that round, and so essentially getting free rifles and making it so that they're in a great spot for the next few rounds. I mean, this
goes here.
I mean, I'm not too worried, but it's definitely looking a bit rough for uninstalling, since they're forced to do a half buy, and we have a shotgun coming out.
Scanning ahead.
Yep, that's going to catch V. But they think she's probably the only one there, but there are a few more attackers going up into showers. Oh, Gigi with the showstopper. First pick onto Danny. Nezuko is going to take her out with that stinger, however, and the rotations are coming out from the attackers. And Baba Yaga and Frey are taking out 2 more defenders. Demi, 2 more picks from her with that Blastex Phantom. And that's going to be another round for OnlyFrags. They're really sweeping this map right now.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason uninstalling is able to buy right now is because of that loss bonus. So they're in a very tight spot, unfortunately. It seems like OnlyFrags is just able to get a good read on them and making it difficult to essentially get any plant down and stick it.
Yeah, that plant money is still valuable, even if they don't win the round. But it looks like they might be falling into a pattern of doing like a save round, and then a full buy, and then a save, and then a full buy. It's not looking great.
They do have Sage ult, so if OnlyFrags gets a pick, they'll be able to revive, but again, things are looking very dim for uninstalling.
Playing it quiet, trying to push up to this B site here, while V is just still stuck in A short. No full rotations from the attackers. I like that they're trying something new. They're going a little bit slower than they did before. But that Cypher cam is going to be a little bit troublesome for them, even with the smokes. But they wall off elbow, they're taking sight. I think probably going to get this plant down.
30 seconds left.
And the Empress, Frey's popped it. But Gigi is the one who gets first blood. 2 picks for her. And Frey gets another. Baba Yaga killed with a shock dart. And Frey with the last pick of the round on her Empress.
Wow. I mean, this is looking real rough for uninstalling. I'm not gonna lie. It seems like OnlyFrags just has bind down pack. They have all of their strats ready. They're able to get a read on uninstalling and just being able to rotate in time and essentially get all of the picks they need to be able to make them starting to run away with this map.
That seems to be a trend where they run away with maps.
Yeah, OnlyFrags is doing very well in this league overall, and if they keep it up, we'll see them towards the end of the league at the playoffs. I mean, they've just been mopping up the competition, so great job for them.
That paranoia is going to connect, but no value from it. Mizuka with the first pick of the round and Noreen a second. That takes out the 2 B defenders, and the rest of the defenders are just stacked up into CT here. Excellent first picks, as well as that lockdown is going to deny them sight a little bit longer and let the spike tick, so they have a little more time. Gigi gets a pick onto Danny, but it's still a 4v3, and Noreen and Demi are trading. 3v2 now. The From the Shadows comes out, and there's going to be some info for the attackers here. Vic gets taken out by Baba Yaga, and the last 2 attackers are smoked out. They're not sticking the spike though.
1 enemy remaining.
Oh,
Demi and Baba Yaga in complete harmony as they take out those last 2 attackers, and that's another round for OnlyFrags.
yeah, it just gets to be so difficult, especially
Revealing area.
that uninstalling was not on a full buy that last round, and so it makes it just difficult to compete. It makes me wonder, so when you're on a half buy, what do you prefer? Either a Spectre, a Stinger?
A frenzy.
Oh, you're a Frenzy, okay. I kind of prefer the Spectre if I have to go a half buy.
Well, I like the Stinger because you can just full run and gun at someone with it. They won't be able to hit you. And you outdamage a Phantom close range because of how fast it shoots.
Very true.
That's a pesky recon.
Cover going out.
Here.
That's a pesky one-way. Oh, that paranoia does connect. Oh, Baba Yaga first blood with that Hunter's Fury. They're not going to be able to get this plant down, and Baba Yaga another pick onto the GG, one more. When did the operator come out? Frey has an operator, hasn't really gotten a kill with it yet, but Nezuko is a little bit walled into U-Haul here, and GG spots her out and takes her right out. A 3k for her this round. Excellent kills.
Gigi, with the Raze, I mean, she just rocks the Raze so well. The last time we saw her on Raze, I believe she was top of the lobby for all of those games. I mean, what's with her and Raze? I mean, she's just feeling that Raze. I wish I wish I could do that much damage on Raze.
She just knows how to get into those tight corners and clear them out, essentially with her utility.
You're done.
Frey with the collat! Oh my gosh! In B long, they lined up for her for that op kill.
I would be so tilted right now.
The showstopper. Oh, Vic takes out Gigi before she has a chance for fire. Slow on the trigger finger there, and Boba Yaga pick onto Danny. Oh my god, there's no trade coming out from OnlyFrags. Vic does, however, get Demi. Three v2 situation.
And she does have the showstopper.
It's a 2v1 on site right now,
One
and
enemy remaining.
Nezuko gets taken out by her teammate. Oh no!
Oh, she's gonna do it.
Vic accidentally naded her teammate and killed her. Oh my god. She was so low that that nade just... Nope. It was over.
30 seconds left.
That's it.
Spike planted.
Oh, looks like they're gonna try to punch her in that too. Oh,
Oh, Sleepy. Takes her out from the behind.
but that was quite an exciting round. I have
Cage
to
trigger.
say.
That was a great opener from Frey with the 2K.
Yeah, I do hope Uninstalling is able to, you know, just make at least a dent, just one score, so that they can get enough momentum to just fight back against OnlyFrags. They do have 3 ultimates available, and they are almost at a full buy, so I do hope that they're able to capitalize on the showstopper to just make that space available for them. Oh, and here come the rotates. That camera was so powerful.
I think they're actually going to be sticking on A site for a little longer until they decide to commit. And Vic takes out the showstopper, doesn't find any damage with it, but Nezuko does get a kill. Gigi, however, with her boom bot, a free kill onto Danny, but she's going to be coming back for the 5v3. Unfortunately, Danny is getting taken out by a lot of utility instead of actual guns here. She gets killed by a shock dart, she got killed by a boom bot. It's really unfortunate for her. Now it's a 3v3. No moment advantage here. But Nezuko does get Gigi.
One enemy remaining.
Yaga, last woman standing. She gets 2. Can she get 3? Oh, a 3K for Boba Yaga, but Vic just couldn't. Oh, tried to escape that, but couldn't quite get out of it.
Oh wow, I thought Boba Yaga had that. I mean, she's definitely capable of those really clutch moments, but unfortunately unable to get that last kill, allowing Uninstalling to have 1 point on the board and utilizing essentially all of the ults they had to be able to make that difference. They were able to resurrect someone, they were able to make space on the site, and so I hope we can see some more action from Uninstalling, trying to stick it out for a couple more rounds.
Oh, was that not a headshot? Danny gives the better of Frey here. Takes it right out. That's going to be... Oh, the paranoia coming out from the defenders, however. And that's going to connect and delay them for a little longer while the defenders make their rotations. And Demi gets 2 on the site. She is really locking it down over here.
It looks like Bobo Yaga's waiting to use her ult the right moment. Oh no, they read that rotate.
They're walking right on back to A here.
Ever so slowly. Just checking out all the
30
angles.
seconds left.
Unfortunately, they gave a lot of time for the defenders to make that rotation. Oh. Vic gets the better of Boba Yaga. That was a clean headshot from A short there. And that's gonna... They still haven't pushed onto site, but they do not
10
have
seconds
time
left.
to not be pushing here. Are they opting for a save? What is happening? I think they're saving. It's a
Yeah.
3v3, but they're saving. That
Yeah,
is...
unfortunately, having a save. I mean, the unfortunate problem with trying to take things slow and see what your options are is you might be in a better position. I mean, they were able to get a pick, but if you move too slow, you might run out of time just like before. So there's definitely pros and cons to waiting it out like that.
I feel like they could have pushed after they picked off Boba Yaga and Heaven there, but they just opted to not push and not plant.
Yeah, and unfortunately that left them at a little bit of a frazzled by, and going up against that op.
Baits out the op shot. It's intense every time there's some sort of matchup at B long there. It looks like they don't want any of that. And they're going back to A, which is only it's a 5v2 right now. They could push this. GG, first blood of the round onto Noreen. It's paranoid, but the recon bolt is gonna reveal some locations and oh GG sections
Spike
out
planted.
a few of the defenders there, and Boba Yaga
One
another
enemy
pick.
remaining.
GG, a 3K with her, and she gets another nade. She's gonna try to clear out. Oh, she's clearing out B with her. Oh, and she sprays into the smoke, gets the 4K.
Oh, that's dirty. Through the smoke. Man. Yeah, so that Hunter Fury is just so powerful in being able to... well, they were able to get the spike down, but since they were so close, they were just able to clear out the site and get those
Last round
kills.
in the half.
And Frags, OnlyFrags just running away with this map, making it so difficult for Uninstalling to make a comeback. I mean, you've got to be feeling pretty tilted right about now with the inability to get another point for this half.
I mean, we do hear a lot. Bind is defender-sided, so they might be
True.
able to bring it back on defense, but it must not feel great since this is their map pick. And the showstopper doesn't get a kill, but she knows where they are. She gets the info. Danny is the better, however, and dismisses out of that situation. But Demi trades. Danny, Demi, they're very similar names.
Very true.
4v4 situation now. Early into the round. One woman down on either side. And that from the shadows onto site is gonna get cancelled. Danny gets a pick, however, and Frey with his operator is trying to get a kill. Wallbangs V, but the Empress from Danny. Danny gets a 3K now.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, but Frey takes her out with that
Player
ghost.
standing.
Vic is gonna trade, and now it's a 1v1. But Boba Yaga has control of the spike.
Out of charges.
Oh, and now we have essentially a standoff between the two.
30 seconds left.
Oh my god, they're both crouching so they can't see each other, which is so... Oh my gosh.
Who's gonna win this standoff? Oh,
In the
she
intensity. Oh, Vic! She gets the last pick.
yes, and she's doing it.
She's going crazy.
Inside.
Well deserved. Yeah, no,
Must
that
feel
was,
good.
I haven't seen a standoff that long in a very, very long time. So, yeah, definitely feeling good to be able to do that.
Yeah, especially since it was the last round and a half. So they brought it up. They ended the half 10-2 instead of 11-1, which is going to give them a little bit more wiggle room. Not a lot, but to bring up or delay that match point for them.
Oh, definitely. And like you said, it is a defender-sided map, so it wouldn't be unexpected if they're able to close the gap a little bit more, but it is going to be a lot of work to catch up.
Is that a pep talk that they were having? They're just like in a circle and like crouched.
Go get him.
Oops. It's always funny when you sort of miss the angle of your boom bot and then it just doesn't quite go the way you want it to. Just the way that she was following it with her cursor. The rotations are already coming out, and here's the value of having a double sentinel. You could have one sentinel on each site, and you have so much utility to be able to delay pushes. And Mizuki and V are going to get those first bloods. GG is going to trade. The trades are all coming out in favor of the defenders, and there's that round for uninstalling. Like I said, it is a defender-sided map, and they are proving it.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. So there are 2 sentinels for uninstalling. It's just so strange because I have been associating, the nomenclature of the battle sage in these pro matches, and so I was like, Sentinel? What's Sentinel?
What's a sentinel?
But definitely Sage, it is a sentinel able to anchor down the site, just like you said.
I have retrieved the spike.
We're gonna be breaking down this. Oh, Narina's hiding in her Omen smoke and gets missed by the boom bot. That is unfortunate. Oh crap, that first kill. But Danny gets 2 of her own. Oh my god, a 4v2 already this early into the round with stinger buys. I think that most of the attackers are on still their pistols instead of SMGs, and Danny's going to be pushed out here. I don't know if she's gonna check this corner. Oh, 4K for Danny with her stinger and a little bit of sneakiness.
Oh, so sneaky. Oh my gosh, I can't believe they didn't check that corner. Wow. I mean...
I thought they would check it.
So, Danny definitely helping them stay around a bit more. And that was just an amazing round. And like you said, this stinger has just so much power for these light buy rounds.
And her spray control was excellent those few rounds.
Definitely. Is this a full sheriff ball?
Do they all have sheriffs? Oh, they do.
Okay. It's like the Wild West, apparently.
She's like playing it slow. I get really nervous when they don't check their corners.
Oh yeah, you definitely feel it as a spectator. You're just like, no, look over there.
Also because I've seen people get a lot of kills with a little bit of trigger discipline. If they don't shoot the first person and all of your fraggers and just trust your entry, then they're dead. Nezuko and Danny once again doing work with their stingers. Another one for her. It's a 4v2 situation. I think Spike is down on site. Is she gonna shotgun herself? I was a little worried for a second there.
Yeah, I wonder how long they're gonna wait for
30 seconds left. Last player standing.
Nope. Denied.
Oh, Yaga does get a pick, but the turret actually trades, and Danny gets the last pick of the round.
Don't you just love it when the turret makes the round? I mean, just being a valuable most valuable player. I just love those rounds.
I think the turret is hilarious because it has better aim than everyone.
It does, to be honest.
It's more accurate than all of us.
Oh, 100%. It's an aimbot.
A literal aimbot. Early rotates from the defenders. They're holding this. They're holding a lot of corners here. Like, if you look on this map, but good thing Boba Yaga has that recon to check that corner, so they don't have to peek them themselves. But Vic still gets the first blood of the round onto Frey. Vic another onto Boba Yaga. Looking to be proven to be the most very defender-sided. Oh, and the rotations. I don't think they know that Sleepy is still on site here.
Oh,
And she gets a pick. But the spike is going towards B, and unfortunately Nezuko is going to get the better of Sleepy's Soda. But the plant does go down.
Last player standing.
Never mind. That Killjoy utility, ever so valuable. Demi, she's gonna have to clutch this out. She's been in these situations before.
30
She
seconds
knows
left.
where her enemies are.
Planted.
And she's always been so good. But unfortunately looks the wrong way. Oh no, Nezuko shoots her in the back. And there you go. That is
Alright.
the round. Another one for uninstalling. They're holding on to this. It's a defender side of map, and they're really running away with that.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling this uninstalling. They're definitely utilizing their double sentinel comp and the advantages of the map and just holding down the site. I mean, this looks like a completely different team on defense. I'm quite amazed. And I would be so impressed if they are able to bring it up to a tied game. And Sleepy again with the Marshall. She's definitely loving that gun on a half-buy.
In sight.
This round is probably going to go in the way of uninstalling since they do have a half buy up here. So if they can make this a thrifty round, that would be great for them since they can just get some free guns out of it. But they're playing very slow.
Yeah, uninstalling definitely have the advantage here. Oh, there we go.
When they don't check corners, I get very nervous. V and Vic getting the first picks of the round. Already a 5v3 situation. Noreen getting 30 seconds
left.
And
Last
Danny,
player standing.
another. Yeah, Demi once again, last person standing. And she sees the dismiss. She gets one. I'm not sure if she's going to be able to clutch this one out, but she's going to have to go for an ace. And the defenders are not going to push her
10
here.
seconds
Since
left.
the time is ticking down and she did not have it. It's not on her side. She doesn't have the plant. She's going to offer a save with the Phantom here.
Shadows traveling.
Well, I mean, not all is lost. You got a glitch pop 2.0 looking pretty nice. I haven't seen that variant before.
Oh, the gold one. Yeah.
So impressive work from uninstalling, just denying access to the site quite well. I am so impressed that they're able to clutch this. I would worry this round though because OnlyFrags does have a full buy and a ton of ultimates available to be able to scare the defenders away.
Yeah, they do, but they've won 5 rounds in a row, or 6 rounds in a row, I believe it is. So they're just like bringing it back.
Oh, they definitely have the momentum. I would be feeling really good about this comeback.
That Killjoy turret is pesky. GG ulting onto site, but doesn't find anyone. Expect someone to be CT. That blast pack is probably going to find some damage for her though. Not a lot, but a little bit. And the Empress on the side of uninstalling to retake this site here. Danny gets the pick onto GG. With her, oh my god, with her Empress, she takes out her gun so fast. And, oh gosh, the lockdown, that's not going to be able to allow the defenders to look. They can't even go into garden to peek that. But they do have the Hunter's Fury. Unfortunately, the spike is defused before they get any value out of that. Frey and Demi get 2 picks, however, at the very end of that round.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe they were able to defuse that with just all of that chaos going on. That's just an amazing round from uninstalling. And OnlyFrags is probably starting to sweat just a little bit. That lead is... they're starting to lose that lead. And they were so invested to even get those exit frags because they wanted to take damage into the economy, but yeah, uninstalling is looking really good at this point from all aspects.
You know, what I notice about these teams is they never flank. They have flank traps, but they just never decide to actually go through with it. Like, they have traps on the flank, but no one's ever actually flanked them.
True.
Danny is without a shield right now. Was that an accident?
Maybe. I've been known to do that a couple of times. So Nezuko able to use her ultimate for the Omen ultimate for getting a great amount of information, so they're just not taking it slow, not being too aggressive on the defense, and just trying to get as much information as possible.
The hunt begins.
Oh, the Empress comes out on Frey, so they're going to be getting the plant down here. Gigi gets first blood onto her clone Vic, and they're taking control of CT. Now it's a 5v3 situation. Make that a 5v2 as Demi gets one more. Noreen tries to find one, but Baba Yaga takes her right out. These shots do connect, however, onto Sleepy Soda, but Demi wins the round for them by taking out that last defender, and now they finally have a little bit more room to breathe with that 3-round lead, getting them ever so closer to match point.
OnlyFrags definitely trying to step it up and making it so that the defenders are sweating just a little bit, trying to take it very slow that round and mixing things up as good as possible so that they can maintain their lead. And now everyone has a full buy, and we do see Vic with an op trying to defend the op.
Vic gets some value out of that operator, taking out Baba Yaga. Opting for an A push this time. But Danny gets another pick onto Demi. It's not looking too good for OnlyFrags this round. They have a 5v3 this early into the round. But they do have some control of the site and might be able to get a plant if Ray can hold down U-Haul. And she does! She gets that pick onto Danny. Unfortunately, Noreen also gets the use which makes it a 4v2. Noreen also getting GG. A 3k for Noreen. And she's going to get that defuse.
Wow. OnlyFrags just... or sorry, not OnlyFrags, but rather installing, just trying to stick it around a bit longer. And I have to say, even if OnlyFrags win this is an amazing comeback. I'm just so impressed. I didn't think they would be able to make a comeback of just that many rounds.
Yeah, they brought it back from 10-2 in the last half to 11-9. That is incredibly impressive.
They did some work. I have to hand it to them.
They started sweating. They turned on their jets.
Oh, definitely. OnlyFrags trying to mix things up. They're definitely trying to get a little bit more picks at the beginning rather than full commit to a site.
They're trying to clear out that close corner, expecting someone to hold it there. And they're playing a bit more of a default. Are they trying to... Oh, they're waiting for the defenders to rotate, I think, so they can defend them. Oh my gosh. This is mind games. Great. First blood of the round onto Noreen. Isn't able to convert it into anything, and for some reason the defenders are rotating back. I am unsure. They haven't decided to take control of that site. I think... Oh, Danny, a pick on Frey. I think we might have just been trying to stay in range of her utility there. And Vix with the operator in CT. Boba Yaga taking control of elbow, however.
Perfect.
And gets the better of Vic. The operator for the defense going down.
Scanning ahead.
They're just delaying this push from CT
I know
here.
exactly where you are.
And the neural theft for the first time in this half is going to come out.
Last player standing.
Boba Yaga gets V. She's chasing that last kill. Going to die to the spike because of that chase. She was really holding it down there, really not letting those...
Match point.
Really not letting uninstalling get that. And that's
Yeah,
going to bring them up to match point.
OnlyFrags just not wanting to play around that last round. They took more of a default approach and they attempted to just bait out as much utility and as many rotates as possible to the A site. And while uninstalling did not budge at that, they still were able to overcome and win the round and get to this match point.
That operator in heaven. Oh, she whiffs that first shot. But that means she's kind of stuck in that corner for a little bit. Trying to take out the cam. They haven't committed to this site yet, but there is a lot of attacker presence. But they've also broken down that sage wall and hookah here, which means that they know there is attacker presence on B site, and the rotations are coming out from uninstalling. They still haven't decided on the site to... But Gigi is going to try to entry with that. Oh, Noreen! Unfortunately takes her out. The showstopper. Yeah, I get so nervous when people don't check their corners. It's been like the downfall of so many in this game.
30 seconds left.
Demi, however, does get a pick, and that's a free A site after all those rotations, which means she's gonna get that plant down. They faked them out. Amazing play.
Shadows traveling.
Placing sentry.
Sleepy is sushi is soda. Sleepy sushi soda gets the better of Nezuko. call there.
Player standing.
Noreen, however, finds
enemy
3
remaining.
picks for this round. Demi counters with 3 of her own. It's a 1v1 situation. Who wins it? Demi with the 4K onto Noreen.
Race out of my way.
Wow. F4K to close out the round. I mean, I can't believe it. This was an amazing map. I'm just overall so impressed at how this game went. We counted uninstalling out there at the beginning, but they made such a valiant effort to come back. So impressed.